quite often the customer has an idea of what they need. They've brought us in to execute on a particular scope of work, but that's sometimes narrow. And where we bring value is understanding how that needs to integrate into their organization. What are the needs beyond just that production line? What might their management need? What might other departments need from that system to allow it to expand, to help improve their business overall?
Yeah.
And so it's not about being transactional in delivering just that particular scope of work or completing the engagement that a customer brings us into, but talking about the bigger picture, being curious and understanding what their business is about and what other challenges they have, and then being vocal and in the best way possible, help them see other opportunities to continue to make things better.
Yeah.
That's what really we want everyone in our company to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's really when the customer begins to deepen that level of trust beyond just these folks can come in and deliver a great high quality project, but they can also be my partner in helping me advance my business, helping me advance my career, helping me look good to my boss and my boss's boss.
Yeah.
And then that elevates everyone, as well as their company. That's the essence of what we've always tried to do with our customers.
And it gets to the word integrator, systems integrator. It means
right.
something.
Yeah.
Bringing together.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about data, and I think that the role of data, sometimes at the shop floor, the role of data can be overlooked.
Yep.
But the value of data is almost immeasurable in companies. If it's harnessed, and if it,
right.
and like you were saying earlier, if it's brought in the right form to the right people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I often say manufacturers are manufacturing 10 or more times more data from their production systems than they do product. Yeah. And that data just sits somewhere and gathers dust. And they know they need to collect the data, but a lot of times they don't know what are the next steps to take to turn that data into a powerful tool to improve their business. That's what we're trying to help them with, is to see that, to understand all the different use cases. Yeah. That can, I don't know, that we can mobilize that data to help solve other problems.
Yeah, exactly, and empower other systems. For instance, AI, it's the shiny new object right now, and
yep.
It has been. But I think we like to contextualize things and understand
mm-hmm.
that AI has a role to play, but it can only play its role if it's furnished with data,
yep.
and if this and if the organization has other systems in place that can act upon whatever insights and whatever things
right.
data, AI is producing for it.
Yeah.
And, talk a little bit about that, because I think there's an increased need, more than just a continued need, an increased need for automation to make sure that those muscles are in place
mm-hmm.
for the equipment and the systems, so that if you do want to get to a place where AI is helping to drive
yep.
your business, you have the ability to, in fact, do that. Rather than the AI being a toy
yep.
that's fun for management,
yep.
it actually helps drive
sure.
production.
Well, right now AI is a hot topic, and for many people, it's either seen as a toy, as you said, or it's something that they know they want to do something with, but they think it's going to be too big an effort, too expensive. How do we tackle this? And many people are coming at it from, I just need AI to help me. Well, what they're missing is that unless they have the data that feeds into the AI, the food for the AI to turn around and deliver the insights, AI is not going to do anything for them. So, that's really where we're helping our customers, and that's where we help talk to them about why do you think you want AI? What do you think you want to use the AI for? How do you think it can help you get better? And then identify the gaps in the data and the information that the AI is going to need to deliver those insights. Yeah. And that's really the key. And many Many people will talk about we can come in and put in an AI solution, write large roadmaps around that, and end up investing a lot in developing that, and get to the end and realize, well, we can't actually execute this because we don't have the data, we don't have the link into the automation, the sensors, and the information to make this actually work. And that's those are the insights we can bring, and we try to add that reality, to expose that reality to our customers so that they can actually deploy their resources in the most effective way, because we all have limited resources, and
Yeah.
we want to help them maximize their investments.
And it sounds like, when I'm listening to talk about this, it sounds like you're getting at this notion of making sure that everything that's being done on the shop floor is being done in the service of whatever the business needs might be. And so spanning that distance between
Yep.
the manufacturing production facility and the C-suite is a big part of what we try to do, by asking why, as you said.
Exactly, and perfect. That's perfect. The customer, we have to ask the customer why they want to do it, and they have to be able to answer that question. Because if they can't, then any initiative is destined for failure.
Yeah.
So the why has to be crystal clear, the business outcomes have to be clear, and who the audiences are, or who the consumers of all this information are, has to be clear. And each of those consumers is going to have a different need.
Yeah.
The finance department has different needs than the quality department, than the engineering, than the operations, but they all need data from the same sources. And they all may be looking to apply AI in a way to help them improve what they deliver to their businesses. And that's really the key. So those outcomes from each of those groups needs to be clear. Those requirements need to be defined, and then everything can be more successful.
It sounds like, if you were to give some advice to anybody embarking upon a project, it sounds like spending time up front, doing the planning,
Yep.
and maybe even, and I'm suggesting here, I think it makes sense, but you tell me, bringing us in earlier might pay dividends for all parties.
Absolutely. So the earlier we can engage with any of our customers on their journey for a project, or implementation of an initiative in AI, or really anything, any relevant technology that we're being brought in to help them with, the earlier we can engage to help be part of the conversation, defining the requirements, understanding the needs of the different users, that will lead to a more successful outcome. Because what we're bringing to the table there is our perspectives on the things that can go right and the things that can go wrong in one of those types of projects, and helping them to navigate around any landmines that might be there, so that we can really have a positive experience for all of the key stakeholders in that initiative.
Good deal. We're 10 minutes in. This is great.
There you go.
Thanks for taking
You're
some time.
warming me up now.